Hi, today I'm going to walk you through how to learn how to conduct a institute meeting for the church educational system role in the church. So first, we're going to start off in our language study plan template so that we can figure out how to set our goals for this. So for our weekly goal, it's going to be conduct an institute class. And then to break down what the reading, writing, speaking, and listening goals should be, we can go over to Embark, the church app for learning our mission language. And we're going to click on resources. And then we're going to senior missionary tasks. From there, it's the very first one, CES, Church Educational System, and then conduct an institute class. So I'm going to just walk you through what this resource is before we dig into it. So we've got a scripture to just get us excited about what we're going to learn. And then down here, we have necessary vocabulary to begin this task. This is a great place to begin because as we break down the phrases, we're going to be using each of these vocabulary terms within the phrase. So for you to understand this big, long sentence, we're going to break it down into something that's a lot more simple with just our vocabulary terms first. So if you'll notice up here, we've got some tabs: necessary vocab, pattern phrases, shadow reading, extra vocab. So we're going to start here, necessary vocab, and we have this play button. We can go ahead and click it, and we're going to hear a native speaker tell us how this sounds.
Conduct an institute class. Necessary vocabulary to begin this task. Announcement.
El anuncio. El anuncio.
Okay, so as you can see, we hear it in English first, and then the native speaker just sounds it out syllable by syllable, and then he says it quickly. There's a pause in between, so when you go through and do this listening, it's also a speaking opportunity where you're going to sound it out as well, and then you're going to say it quickly, so that that can be something that not only are you learning what it means, but you're also learning how to pronounce it. Okay, so then this document is really helpful for us because right here it says subtasks. So it's not just conduct an institute class. There are different subtasks within that we're going to learn how to do. For example, extend a welcome, announce the opening hymn and prayer, outline the activities of the class, thank those who participated, and close the meeting. I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so as you can see, now we've got our subtasks and it goes into it. So we break up these sections because it's teaching you this phrase that we're just going to memorize. And this is how you're going to personalize the phrase. For example, we can say, les damos la bienvenida a, we welcome, and then who are we welcoming? We can change it up. It can be a ustedes or a los visitantes. So you get to be, you'd have fun. You'd have more of a personality choosing what you're putting into these phrases. And then we get to use this in multiple settings. So les damos la bienvenida a ustedes a la clase de instituto, to our institute class, or to a nuestra clase, or a la clase de matrimonio celestial, to the celestial marriage class. So not only are we learning how to conduct an institute class, this vocabulary is going to be helpful for conducting any meeting. So that's super exciting. Okay, so that's our first task. And now you know what these boxes and lines mean is just a way for you to personalize your phrases. We can go through and understand it a lot faster. Announce hymn and prayer. El hermano dirigirá el himno, número 6, something like that. Outline activities of the class. Thank the participants. And then we're going to close the meeting. So down here, we have something that's called a shadow reading. This is awesome. It's basically just a dialogue of how to use all of these phrases in context. And then down here, there's a translation, an English translation, to help us understand what the heck are we reading. And as you continue on, there's extra mile vocabulary because you'll run into things where you're like, I really like these phrases, but I'm starting to sound like a machine. I want to be a little bit more personalized. So then you go to the extra mile vocabulary to plug in new things to those phrases that I was showing you earlier. So this is super helpful. Days of the week, more greetings, verbs you can learn. The numbers will be really helpful for announcing the hymns. And then it goes even further with suggested grammar help and more opportunities to learn missionary vocabulary and phrases. So just additional resources all around. And as we were walking through, I was also showing you that there's these tabs up here. So you can just go ahead and click on pattern phrases. And then just like I showed you with the listening, it's going to show you that listening. It's going to show you the shadow reading, give you that native speaker, and the same for that extra mile vocabulary. So as you can see, we can go ahead and write our goal for how to practice all of these things. So for example, reading can be you can read the shadow reading dialogue every day. So we'll start there. Read the shadow reading dialogue of conduct an institute class every day. Notice the vocabulary words you are learning. Okay, so that can be your reading goal. And then writing, you can go ahead and write flashcards so that you're able to learn these new words. So say, let's learn 5 new vocabulary words every day and 3 new phrases. So that means you're gonna write 8 flashcards every day. 5 vocabulary terms and, oh, I guess that'd be 3 phrases. Awesome. Then for your speaking, actually, let's write down your listening first. Listen to the, what's it called over here? The vocabulary and pattern phrases. To vocabulary and pattern phrases every day. So then your speaking can just go along with that listening. While you are listening, in the pauses, speak aloud the vocabulary and phrases that you are learning. And then also we can say speak aloud when you are practicing your flashcards. Okay, awesome. So those can be our specific goals for this week moving forward. So now let's just spend the rest of the time practicing together. So for your flashcards, you can just go ahead and choose one phrase from each of these subtasks every day or 2, just so that you can get the subtask down first. So for example, you could do les damos la bienvenida a ustedes a la clase de instituto. Awesome. We're just going to learn that. So you're going to write that on your flashcard and then you're going to memorize that. Okay. Then el hermano dirigirá el himno número 6. Okay, maybe you're not wanting hymn number 6. Maybe you want hymn number 7, but we don't know how to say that. At this point, you can go to the extra vocab, and right here we have numbers. Okay, how do we say 7? Siete. Perfect. So then you write siete on your flashcard. Okay. Then for this subtask, we can do hoy la hermana enseñará acerca de la restauración. Excellent. Maybe you're not wanting to say she's going to teach about the restoration. Maybe you want to say that she's going to teach about preparación misional. La preparación misional. So then you can write that into your phrase. Okay. So as you can see, that's how you set your goals and go ahead and practice this conducting an institute class. And then you can go ahead and just read it aloud with yourself. And to push yourself even further, practice the task in these situations, like in a fireside, a baptismal service, or a sacrament meeting. just as I pointed out at the beginning, here that gives us opportunities to see how we can personalize the phrase. So that's how you would do that. I hope that has been helpful, and I hope that you feel ready to learn how to conduct an institute class this coming week. Bye.